Welcome everybody to the Blaze Podcast, where our topics aren't always fire, but our conversations are. I am your host with the most, White Boy 7th Street, JK JK. Shout out to Wild, White Boy. No, I'm Brandon. Joining with me, my first co-host. He's still stuck in the middle of Texas, where all his exes. Shout out to Adrian. All his exes live in Texas, bro. That's it.
Yeah, bro. Alright, continue. Coming with the fucking
and the
today, goddamn, bro.
And our other co-host, he is the resident Goblin Slayer fanboy. Shout out to Jed.
Yeah, I don't care what anybody says. The anime is great. Fuck everybody.
Alright, so technically, this is our first episode, but it should be our second.
Yeah, our last one.
I recorded.
Our last one basically got shitted on. We recorded and we spoke for an hour or so, and nothing was recording. So hopefully that doesn't happen this time.
But if it actually works this time, you guys can find us. You guys can find us on SoundCloud and YouTube, and I should be making an Anchor.fm page too for all this. So I don't want to do this. I didn't want to start off the podcast like this, our first episode. But I think we have to have a moment of silence for a fallen soldier. It gives me by heavy heart.
Yeah, word.
To say, Iron Fist has been canceled. Season 3 is no more. I don't know what's going to happen. Pour one out for Iron Fist. I don't know. That's what we say nowadays. That's what the young kids say.
Here's the thing. Honestly, spoilers. Who the fuck cares anymore? There's not gonna be
Wait. Go, real quick. Go.
I was gonna say, like, I'm honestly pissed. Like that, I would like literally season 2. Season 1 wasn't that strong. I'll give it that. It wasn't that strong, but it wasn't the shit that everybody was saying it was. It wasn't like all that. But then season 2 picked up, and like towards the end, I was just like, all right, this is getting good. And then at the very end, the cliffhanger they leave, I'm like, bro, this is about to be a great fucking show. Like this might be almost on par with Punisher and fucking Daredevil if they actually like succeed. And then they fucking cancel season 3. Like they let like. Did you watch season 2, Adrian? Because I can tell you, like, basically.
Oh, that's what I was about to say, bro. So first of all, I didn't even finish season 2. Like, I got like up to like episode 5 or 6 or something like that. Like, Davos had gotten the Iron Fist, right?
Yeah.
And so he's just like going around killing niggas. And so, what's it called? But then I found out anyway, like what happened in the end. So it's like. For what happened in the end, and then like I heard that Colleen got the Iron Fist, and then like she could use it in the sword and stuff too.
Yeah, like she could power the sword with it. Yeah.
So like, why cancel the show? I mean, they were they obviously canceled the show because like of money purposes, but like aside from that, like I felt like they could have actually had something going.
Exactly. No, I think though, like they could have really done something with it. And then fucking at the very end with like Danny being in Japan with Ward and shit. Ward like finally getting some.
Ward's a great character.
His character development is about to like
word
at an all-time high. Like this next
he's
season
such a savage.
Fucking great, right? With like him and the duo they were gonna have with him and Danny, bro, it was about to be fucking great. And the fucking last scene with Danny powering, I'm guessing he had the Iron Fist and he was powering like
the guns,
the two guns at the very end, and that like he shot like the guy's bullet out of the air, and I was like, yo, this shit is crazy. Like I was so excited. I was so fucking excited for where this show was going, and they had to cancel it. It was gonna be great.
But don't be mistaken though, because like I already read an article earlier today about like Danny Rand and like Colleen and all them, like they're still gonna be like in the Marvel Netflix universe, but they're not gonna have the show basically. That's it.
Yeah, and
that's
relegated as side characters.
Yeah, and that's the weird part is like what's gonna happen to Defenders now? Like it's gonna be weird not to have one of the characters not to have their own show anymore. Like that's just fucking weird.
Is it really weird though? Cause like honestly, I know season 1 was bad, and I don't even think it was as bad as like people make it seem.
It wasn't.
Like I enjoyed it for what it was, right? But like I think my only problem was that Danny didn't have a lot of like character development. But aside from that, like, it was a solid show. Like, Colleen was a really fire ass character. Davos was a dope ass character. Ward in season 1 with his like drug addiction and shit. So it was like everyone.
Even season 2.
Yeah, and season 2. So it's like everything for the most part was fine except the main character, which is like sad to say,
No, hold on. No, I gotta defend. He's not that bad. He's honestly not that bad. Like, what is so bad about him?
He's just fucking boring, bro. Like, he's alright, like, he doesn't have any complexity to him. Like, he's a very one-dimensional character, in my opinion. I don't really feel like I could relate to Danny Rand that much.
I would say that I think season 2 helps that a little bit, because it kind of gives him like, especially like, it looked like season 3 was really gonna flush him out. Like, it was really gonna put like a whole new thing. Like, they were like, it felt like season 1, right, where they messed up season 1. They got all this backlash to, in my opinion, wasn't even like worthy. Like, I don't think any of the criticism people gave in season 1 were even like that bad. So they're like, you know what, let's treat season 2 like season 1, and then season 3 will be like season 2, and like it's way better. Like, they restarted basically everything. And I'm just mad. I'm still mad that Jessica Jones is still on, even though Jessica Jones season 2 was the stupidest thing ever. All right, it just pisses me off.
I have to defend Jessica Jones season 2, right?
No.
All right, no.
Spoilers for Jessica Jones season 2, by the way.
I'm gonna, like, in my opinion, the only bad part about Jessica Jones season 2 was Trish. She's literally the worst character out of all the Marvel Netflix characters.
But I will argue that literally every single one of the characters in Jessica Jones at the end of season 2 come out unlikable, except for Malcolm.
Yeah. How did Jessica Jones come out unlikable?
Jessica Jones is was the most annoying character for me.
How?
In season 2, because it's literally like, this is my mom. I gotta kill my mom, but I can't kill my mom because she's my mom. But then she kills my boyfriend, who I actually cared about. But hey, that's my mom. And it literally all comes into like, I gotta kill her, but she's my mom. And like, there's no like, she just accepts it. She's just like, oh yeah, well, you killed like a bunch of people, and you killed like the one person I actually really cared for in a long time. But you know what? Because you're my mother and I haven't seen you in a long time, like, I'll forgive you and we'll be friends. And it's like the most annoying thing ever, because I'm literally watching this and I'm like, this is so stupid. Like, I get it, right? I get if like my mom, like, if this was me in my position, I'd be like, oh well, it's my mom. But like, there's a certain point that like you have to be like, this isn't your mom anymore. And they made it like a point to be like that wasn't her mom anymore. Like, she changed drastically, but she still loved Jessica. I just hated it. Jessica Jones was unlikable.
I think
Malcolm was cool.
The thing is that like, I can fuck, I can't talk. I can agree with like Jessica Jones, like the way she's thinking, because it's like, one, that's a very like deep skeleton in her closet that she never fully like got over until her mom came back in her life. Like, she always thought that it was her fault that her whole family basically died. You feel me? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then so at the end of the day, it's like she just wanted to have some semblance of her family back. And then and she didn't know what to do, because like, obviously her mom's tripping balls and shit, because she's like just killing people left and right. But at the same time, it's like, how do you keep the person that you want, like one of the people that you love the most, but at the same time, like, keep society safe from them because they're so powerful. And then at the end of the day, like right when she's about to have it, Trish just takes it away, because Trish is on some fucking power trip and she feels like she knows what she's doing, when in reality she's a drug addict too. Like, what the hell?
Okay, but in that situation, Trish didn't like know what was going on, right? Like, Trish was me in the season, where I'm just like, just kill her already. Like, it's literally like for the best interest of just like ending her off. Like, please just do it. Her mom is an unlikable character. Her mom isn't even that good of a character. Like, just kill her, please. And she does it, and then she gets blamed for it because she doesn't know that like they're finally gonna have like peace or whatever. And like, she just did me a favor. She did the whole show a favor, killing off her mom. I would have been so mad if her mom was like the main focus of season 3 again.
I liked her mom.
Her mom killed off the guy from season 1, Trish's like boyfriend that gets like the powers, and like
Yeah.
And you're like, the whole season 1, you're thinking like, man, he's gonna be like such a dope character, and like it's gonna be so cool to see like what happens. And with like
2 episodes in, he's gone.
yeah, 2 episodes he's gone, and then we focus on his mom, who's like unlikable. I hated it. It literally was a chore to watch Jessica Jones season 2. Season 1 was great. I feel like season 2 of a lot of these Netflix shows, like I've seen a pattern with Daredevil, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Jessica Jones, that they all split up. Like there's all like a semblance of like, we're not a group anymore and we're not friends.
Well, yeah, because they all have their own like little boroughs in New York, like Daredevil's house.
No, not like those, like in the Defenders wise. I mean like within like Matt Murdock, Foggy, and what's her name? What's the Karen? I think her name is?
Yeah.
Karen. Like they were all friends, and then like the end of season 2, like they're like, we can't be friends because like I don't like what you're doing and stuff like that. And same thing with Iron Fist, where like Misty's like, hey, I'm watching you, but like nobody's friends anymore. Same thing with Iron Fist. Everybody like all season 2, every season 2 ends the same, where everybody goes off in their own direction, and like it's not a team anymore.
I got
the
you.
team split up.
I think my problem with all of the shows aside from Daredevil is like there's no, I guess, concrete villain or problem, or like a lot of these people and their problems are very like surface level issues. Like I think there's only certain characters that I really like connected with in a sense. All right, like for example, Davos, he obviously wanted the Iron Fist, but that's because his whole life he's been getting shit on by his mom, like, you better get the fucking Iron Fist because now you're not my son anymore, basically. And so he's doing it all just to, like, what's it called, at the end of the day, get his mom's, like, I guess acknowledgement. And by the end of it, he doesn't even get it. Danny does. And then like, what's it called? Like, Danny's his best friend, so he's like, all right, so Danny's about to be the Iron Fist. He's about to protect Kunlun. He's like, you know, he's gonna be that dude. And then Danny just fucking runs away and doesn't do that shit. So it's like, I get why Davos is mad, but then like, I don't understand why what's her name? Joy's mad. Like, she's upset that Danny and her brother didn't tell her about her dad. Like, bitch,
Joy is the worst character.
I wouldn't tell her. What the hell?
Yeah, no, Joy's whole quote unquote kind of being a villain thing, I thought was very like, what the
that was so bullshit, bro.
Are you that petty? Like, that is like.
And then she's so petty.
Crazy,
bro. Then she realizes how petty she really is, and she's like, let me fix things. And then she's just petty about that. Like, she's petty about trying to help fix it. It's so annoying. And then Mary comes in the end and she's like, I want out of this. Like, I wasn't ready for all of this. Like, what do you mean you weren't ready for this? You know what you're signing up for?
Yeah.
And isn't it like Mary has like another personality too?
Yes, Mary was so cool. Yes,
yeah,
she has 3.
Another one that comes up.
Oh my god, what is this? Split part 2? Is this about to be in
which I think
fucking universe?
I don't know. Okay, I don't know if this was a reference to Avengers 2, because they were talking about Sokovia, and I think that's where Avengers 2 took place, right? That's where they
at the very end where like Ultron is trying to like, you know, destroy the planet.
Yeah,
that's Sokovia.
In Sokovia. So I'm guessing we're now in Avengers 2 timeline in the Marvel shows.
I mean, they could reference Sokovia, but it doesn't necessarily have to be all the way back then.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily.
Because me and I've talked to Jed about this a lot, about where like they are. I'm thinking that we're like probably a year removed from Avengers 1 in the Netflix shows. If you think about like, because it seems like from Daredevil that like Avengers 1 had taken place not too long, so I'm guessing we're still like
literally right like the aftermath of Avengers 1.
Yes, so I'm guessing like we're still a year into after Avengers, so that's why they haven't, because they don't make references anymore. I don't think they haven't made like a Civil War reference.
But like the problem is that like a lot of the shit that happens in the Avengers movies is outside of New York. Like the last big thing that happened was literally like half the universe got erased. So it's like, at some point they have to mention that. Like, people just have to fucking disappear at some point. That's true. Like, I'm dead ass hoping that Luke Cage season 3, like, we just see half of the fucking cast is just like oh shit, Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. Like,
Oh no.
I'm hoping some shit happens like that, something big as fuck.
Do we know the okay, maybe a spoiler here. Do we know the after credits for Ant-Man and the Wasp?
I know. I mean, I didn't watch it, but I know what happens.
I saw a video where I think it was the after credits or was the end of it. I don't know. One of the two.
It was the after credits, probably.
I know what happens is that Scott ends up staying in this like the subatomic world, like in that like realm, I guess, because everyone else had disappeared already.
Yeah, like basically, like they were gonna bring him back. They're gonna do like a countdown, and they're like countdown, and then he stops. They stop like talking, and then he's like, "Hello, guys," and then like nobody's talking, so he disappeared.
Can he get out of there by himself?
No.
Or no?
No.
Okay, so he's not gonna even be in Avengers.
Nah, I don't think. Not until after them. Like after it all.
That sucks.
I was thinking the whole time, and Avengers was like, when is Ant-Man about to stomp Thanos under his fucking Timbs, bro? Like, where the fuck is this dude at?
That's probably why they don't have him, because he'll probably be OP.
I mean, I guess.
That'd be cool, though. It'd be cool to have a scene where he's like...
If Thanos is fucking WWE elbow smashing Hulk in the face, I think Ant-Man is fucked. Like...
That's true.
No, fuck that. Just as Ant-Man, just go into Thanos' ear and fucking grow and just blow that nigga up.
True.
So on the topic of Marvel stuff or superheroes, Adrian finally got to watch Venom.
Hey.
The last podcast that we recorded that wasn't aired, first wasn't recorded. We did talk about Venom because me and Jed saw it opening day. Quick synopsis, just a my review. I think the movie was good. I'd probably watch it again. I had fun with it. It's a fun, dumb movie. And that's about it. That's really all I have to say. Nothing was like too bad. I'm excited for Venom 2.
So for me, the same thing pretty much. Like I thought it was a fun movie to watch. I don't think it deserved the backlash that a lot of people were shitting on it on the internet. And I just feel like I don't know. I feel like it was good for what it was. Like I didn't expect much besides maybe like if it was rated R, it probably would have been a little bit better.
Yeah.
But they, you know, like I feel like they could only do so much if it's not rated R. And like the action scenes were okay. They could be better in a sequel. I thought the last fight scene was okay. I mean, a lot of people were talking about like the CGI and shit, and I'm like, it's really hard to make a Venom like a symbiote fight scene only because usually they fucking like shapeshift into all types of shit, and it's like I don't think you can make the CGI like any better. Like it's very hard to make a CGI of basically two blobs fighting. Like it's very hard. But that's my take on it. So now, Adrian, what did you think of it?
I thought the same. Like going into the movie, I was like, all right, this shit's gonna fucking suck. And then like after watching it, I'm like, all right, these are just like film snobs that like are talking about like lighting and cinematography that are like, oh, the movie's shit. And it's like, bro, the movie's fucking funny. Like I was genuinely fucking laughing like throughout the movie.
Same. There's some like, really good jokes that are good.
My favorite parts of the movie are just when Eddie and Venom are interacting. Like Eddie, Venom's like jump out the window or some shit, and then Eddie goes immediately to the elevator, and then Venom's like pussy. And I'm like, yeah, that's fucking hilarious. I like everyone was fucking busting out laughing in the theater, and I'm like, yo, why is that? Why are people hating on this movie? And I'm like, all right, I can see why it has like an 89% with the audience, but like a 32% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's just because these critics are fucking like film snobs, bro. They don't.
Yeah, like I was watching a video that was like the reason why like some movies get such bad like critic reviews but such great like audience reviews is because it's like these critics like they have to watch so many movies that like sometimes it's like fatigue of like superhero movies that just like make them, because they have to watch all of them, like make them hate it, or they're like they already don't like this kind of movie and they have like the people who have to go review it like already have like a confirmation bias that were like, oh, I don't like this type of movie, so like I'm not gonna like this, and they don't go into it enjoying it.
Yeah, I gotcha. That makes sense.
I feel that.
Yeah, so that's why some movies.
But yeah, Venom 7.5 out of 10 would watch again if it's on.
Yeah,
same thing. So our overall rating.
I would say
our overall rating 7.5.
7.5 also.
Great movie, good movie. Go watch it. Highly recommended. Very excited for Venom 2. There's also the Spideyverse movie coming out this month, right? Is it coming out? No, November.
Yeah, I think November.
The Spideyverse.
That looks good. For sure.
Yeah, that one I'm excited for. A lot of Spider-Man content, so don't be missing out, people.
Real quick, after credit scene for Venom, are we excited for the sequel?
Oh yeah, no, I'm a big.
Oh yeah,
I am a big fan of that.
Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
I'm a big fan of him, so I am excited.
Word.
I'm very excited. I can't wait.
I'm really hoping that like they somehow introduce Spider-Man so that we can get the white spider on the Venom suit in the future.
Unfortunately, we're not.
You don't think
not
so?
For a long time.
Because
the contracts.
Yeah,
but like assuming the contract is up, like Spider-Man goes back to Sony anyway.
Yeah, because we still have 3 Spider-Man movies.
3?
Well, 2
what are
Spider-Man.
you talking about?
Two more. There's 2 more. They're gonna make a trilogy with Spider-Man, and then he also has to be part of like the Avenger movies too.
He has to be in the next Avengers, and then he has to be
far away from home.
And then what's after that?
We don't know yet, but we know there's a 3rd one.
Okay.
And then we know that there's. I mean, I'm guessing there's probably gonna be another Avengers movie. I don't think they're stopping. I don't think they're stopping anytime soon. There's so many characters they can pull from, and so many stories they can tell. I doubt they're just gonna be like, well, we made all this money, way out. Nah, they're gonna keep making Marvel superhero movies.
Word.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was good Venom stuff.
All right.
Go see it. Highly recommend it. But this week, what we did, me and Jet spent 10 hours on Black Ops 4.
I spent more. You came in later.
Yeah, I came.
I was playing yesterday from I literally all day. Like I had woke up at I don't even remember. Let's just say I started at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and we basically played till the very end of the night. I don't even. What time did we get off last night?
And then we got off I think it was 12.
Yeah, so
12 or 1.
12 or 1. So I personally spent 12 hours in that fucking game. It was I like it. I will. So bottom line, I'll give it right now, score wise, from what I played, a good 8 out of 10 for Call of Duty in general.
Call of Duty's comeback.
Yeah, I will say it's a comeback only because I did not like the whole wall running and boost jump, all that shit. I did not like any of that. I would say I didn't like Black Ops 3 because of that.
I would say there are some map designs that look like you should be able to wall run.
They look like it, but
and I feel like maybe they had that originally, and they kind of just took it out because it just looks like you should be able to.
All for that. I am fine with that because I like the fucking boots on the ground, and I'm fine if there's no campaign. Blackout and zombies and multiplayer is enough for me. I like those 3 things.
Which I would say, I think taking out single player was probably the best thing they ever done. Only how many people are really replaying single player, constantly?
And Black Ops 3's single player was very bad. I heard a lot of people were saying it was just shit.
So I like it way better that we have multiplayer Blackout and zombies because that's honestly all worth it. That's 100 hours worth of content that you can get.
Yeah, because Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was in regards to the Black Ops 3 story. There's a video that I gotta send you a link to that explains why it's actually one of the best Call of Duty stories in a long time.
Oh.
Talk about that later.
Just to see, but I thought it was fucking trash to be honest. Another thing that I'm gonna mention this, Brand, because I don't think you know this. I was talking to Adrian earlier about because we were talking about Call of Duty and why he may or may not get it, all that stuff. But so basically, the way that I watched a video yesterday about this guy who he was watching the Call of Duty vlog or whatever the fuck, their official vlog, and they had I think he said they had accidentally leaked something or said something and then took it off. But basically, it was about the progression system and how they're going to integrate COD points into the game. And you remember how the previous game. Oh, wait! Don't say oh god. You remember how the previous games had the loot boxes, right? And that you buy COD points to buy loot boxes and shit like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they've obviously looked at Fortnite and how the success that Fortnite has, right? So what they're doing, if you buy the season pass, that's also the battle pass or Blackout, and they're gonna have this is they don't know for sure yet, but this is what the guy's speculating. That basically the way it's gonna work, they're gonna have an in-game store, right? But it's gonna be cosmetics only, just like Fortnite, where they're gonna release outfits, they're gonna release like probably camos and different cosmetic shit to make you look cool and all that stuff. And you could buy COD points if you want, just like you could buy V-Bucks, to basically buy these outfits for your character, for your favorite operators, and for your for your favorite weapons and all that stuff. You can buy like skins and shit. And basically that's how it's gonna work, and it's gonna have it's gonna be like a Fortnite season thing, like where I think like it's gonna be like a progression thing. Like I don't know if it's gonna be like by like I'm sure every week there's gonna be different challenges, but like basically it's gonna be a whole progression, like what do you call on Fortnite the fucking progression wall, where like every tier you get something new. That's how it's gonna be on Call of Duty.
Yeah,
that's how they say it's gonna be basically. And we don't know if that's gonna be for like all three things, like zombies, Blackout, and multiplayer, and because we already have things that cross over. So if you get a camo from zombies, you can have that camo in Blackout and in multiplayer, which is pretty fucking cool. So camos definitely cross over from all things, and I think that's cool. So the COD points again are just gonna be used for that. If they have loot crates, it's not gonna be they're not bringing back the weapon advantages, because I don't know in the previous Call of Duty, I don't know about Black Ops 3, but I know in Infinite Warfare and shit like that, and maybe whatever the other one was called that fucking Infinity Ward made, I don't know which one it was, Advanced Warfare, I think that's what it was. There was weapons in the crates that were modified, and it was it's basically you get an AK, right, the standard AK from the game, right? You don't unlock that, but there's an AK that you could get from the crate that has, let's say, maybe better hip fire already and maybe better damage already, right? So that was a very almost like a pay to win type aspect that they added into Call of Duty, and everybody was shitting on that back in the day. And they're basically not gonna bring weapons back that are superior to others already that are in the game. So it's gonna be more of good old Call of Duty, just skill and gunplay. But if you buy the season pass, you're getting I think you're getting a good amount of decent shit, because now you have Blackout support, now you have the new maps and shit that they're gonna add for both zombies and multiplayer, maybe new weapons, new camos that probably come with the season pass and the battle pass / battle pass that they're gonna have for Blackout, and maybe even zombies, who knows. So I think that it's gonna be a good amount of stuff that's gonna come from getting the season pass, and obviously like I told you earlier, there's gonna be a store where you can use the COD points with your real life money to, if you want, buy a skin that's not included in the season pass, or a camo that's not included in the season pass. Back to everything with Call of Duty and how I'm liking the game. I think it's great. I think the gameplay is very reminiscent of Black Ops 2, and I love Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 is very fun, and I just get a lot of nostalgia playing this game. It's a very fun, fast-paced game. Earlier this morning, I dropped a 40-0 TDM. It was great. I hadn't felt that adrenaline rush in forever.
Is there a MOBA or anything in the game, or no nukes, no nothing like that?
Is there what?
Is there a nuke or anything in that game, or?
No, there's no nuke. The max thing you can get, I forget what it is, but it's a gunship or some shit like that, or
okay,
like
I got it.
But it's not like a nuke, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not a swarm either.
No, yeah, it's a gunship. Yeah, which obviously I didn't have equipped because I'm not even level for that yet. But I was just going off. It was a fun time. And I was by myself, so.
Very recommend. Keep going.
No, I was just saying. I think if you're having fun by yourself in this game, I think that's how it's a good game. Because
yep.
Other games, I feel you have to have a group to play with and you to feel fun. But maybe that's just a bias thing. I like playing Call of Duty by myself. I always did back in the day when nobody was online. Maybe that's just me. But I think it's a very fun game to even play by yourself, and definitely solos on Blackout are extremely fun. Like I got down to 3 people, got killed, but I'm working my way up to get a solo win finally. So yeah, so
is this a buy, or this I'm saying this is gonna be a buy.
I think it's a buy. If you're on the edge about getting this game, I think if you like Call of Duty from like before, like Black Ops 2, boots in the ground, and anything before that, you will like this game. Like if you especially like Black Ops 2, you will like this game only because it feels like Black Ops 2 but on steroids. And it's a very fun, fast-paced game. It's arcadey. It's exactly what you expect Call of Duty to be. The map designs are great. Blackout is great. And I'm just looking forward to see what they have to offer, especially with Blackout. Like I want to see how they change that and how they evolve that. You know, I want to see if it gets the support that Fortnite does, for example, with their whole map and stuff like that, with how it evolved. So I'm just waiting.
Well, it's not gonna be constant updates, unfortunately, because Fortnite's allowed to do that because it's beta.
I know it's not gonna be constant, but I know that they can like. I think what they're gonna do with the map so it doesn't get like old. You know what I mean? Like after like a couple months, I think they're gonna maybe make a new area, just like they did in Fortnite. They just like put like a new area. Because I heard it like it's gonna kind of. This is back to what the guy said, that they're probably gonna do like seasons, kind of like how Fortnite does, and they might update like the map or something as time goes on. So like they get, which they can do whatever the fuck they want because they have so many maps from like previous Call of Duty that they could just like keep putting into this big ass map. So I can see them doing that. I can also see them maybe even bringing back old weapons and putting them in Blackout. There's so many weapons. They have so many weapons to bring back. So I think it could definitely get really fun and crazy. And I'm looking forward to seeing what they'll. So it's definitely a buy if you like any of it.
Now this ain't, for anybody listening, this ain't a Fortnite killer. Alright, this isn't gonna kill Fortnite. It's not gonna stop Fortnite. It might halt Fortnite a little bit. But I think if it's gonna kill any battle royale game, it's gonna be PUBG, because the numbers ain't looking that good on PUBG. PUBG keeps losing players, and on Twitch right now, PUBG is only at 11,000 viewers, and that's on the.
But killing wise, I think like content, like Twitch and YouTube, I think PUBG is gonna die off because PUBG gets a good amount of players playing every day, and like the PC community is big. They like battle royale and all that stuff. So I think PUBG, like if you're not a Fortnite fan, you're a PUBG fan basically. Like, and people, like, the numbers are still up there that it's still alive for the community. But as far as content, YouTube and Twitch, it's not doing so well. Fortnite's obviously still up there, and will probably still be up there for a while. But yeah,
That's true. Well, another game that Jet's been playing, at least, Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yeah, no. I guess I'm the only one who can really speak on this.
Well, let's not just give us like a buy or not, and just give us like a few good points that you think.
So I'm obviously gonna say like I'm gonna be a hard critic on this. So the game is fun. It's definitely I think the characters are great. Because you either pick the guy or the girl, and it doesn't alter like the story or anything like that. If you pick the guy or the girl, it's just guy or girl. And basically, you're not an assassin. You're just kind of you're what do you call it? A mercenary. So basically, like the game gives you the freedom to kill literally whoever you want. You can kill civilians. You can just kill anyone. And that's the thing that's like different from previous Assassin's Creed, because like in previous ones, you kill a civilian or two or something like that, and you get desynchronized because you're just not allowed to do that. Like it's just not something an assassin did. There was no no assassin brotherhood yet. And Odyssey takes place like 400 years, I think, before Origins comes out, which is Origins is when the Brotherhood is formed. And I think Odyssey is basically I have speculation, but it's basically like actually maybe that's a little too spoilery. It's like a low-key spoiler. I'm not gonna say it, but basically I would say the gameplay is very fun. The gameplay I thought it was gonna be very like stale because it took me a while to get used to Origins gameplay, right? Because Origins it became more of a Dark Souls like gameplay where you kind of button mash like R1, R2 for like light and heavy attacks, right? And back in like the previous Assassin's Creed, like it was like square. What was it, Adrian? Because I think you played a lot of Assassin's Creed too. Like it was square, triangle, and all that shit for like combos, right? Like you kind of just button mash that, and it'll do like different combos and stuff like that, right, Adrian?
Yeah, the combat in the original Assassin's Creed wasn't very like deep or anything. A lot of it was just like square to attack, and then triangle to parry, and then square to like keep going off of the parry. So
yeah.
And then there's like little gadgets, like you could shoot people, or like a crossbow, and then like some shit to like mix it up, but it wasn't too deep.
Yeah. So that's what the old comment was, and this like basically Origins was like a bridge into what they were gonna like officially make, which is Odyssey. And like you can see like the combat, it's like that same combat from Origins is still there, but it evolved only because like there is now more executions with the weapons. There's like, you know, you can do like different executions like with your like, now since you don't have the hidden blade, you have a spear which you level up as you go through the game, and the spear of Leonidas is what you have, and that it's like that is one of the what do you call them, the apple, not the apple of Eden, but like the weapons from the old
Pieces of Eden.
Yeah, it's one of the pieces of Eden basically. That's not a spoiler, that was revealed by them. But basically that's what you use to assassinate people. Like, and there's basically like now like three there's always been like in Origins there was three classes you could pick, but like it wasn't really too in depth. Like now it's like you can pick a assassin path, a warrior path, or a hunter path. And hunter is like bow and arrow. Warrior is like you just go in and fucking start killing people, like you don't care about stealth. And then, you know, assassin's obviously like stealth and shit like that. And like you can level up like it's a RPG, and like the more you level up each one of these chains is like the more damage you do. And it also depends on like the what do you call it, the armor you're wearing too. Like every piece of your body has different attributes, such as like more assassin damage, or more warrior damage, or more hunter damage. So like you'd be wearing arms that give you more hunter damage while wearing a helmet that gives you more assassin damage, if you want to do like a mix of like either assassin and hunter together or something like that. So it's definitely more of an RPG now. Like officially it's an RPG. Like there's different paths you can take now throughout the game that'll affect the ending. I think the side quests are good. They're not like Witcher 3, you know, level of good, but they're good. The main story so far has me, you know, like very interested in what's gonna happen. I think that the gameplay is way more fun than Origins, in my opinion. I think like if you go back and play Origins, it's honestly a downgrade. That's what it feels like.
Well, that's kind of the point, isn't it? Like,
no, I know it's the point. It's just that like you know how you move from one game to another. Like, let's say what's another good example? Like if you move from one game to another, like you don't really expect too much of a like a major difference. No, it's like a fucking big ass jump of a difference.
It's like from Assassin's Creed Revelations to Assassin's Creed 3.
Yeah, like you know how you can kind of go back and play like I don't know. I like the what do you call it? Assassin's Creed 4, right? Black Flag, right? Like I can go back and play that and still have fun. But yeah, Origins is like I cannot go back and play that. Like after playing it, because of the way the combat is, it's so fun. The story was good in Origins, but the combat, I just it took me a while to like it, and I just kind of like kept with it because I like the story enough to keep going and finishing it. But that's how it was. So Odyssey, like it's a how to explain it. So back to like what was the last point I made? I think it was a story. I think the story. So like I said, the story is good, combat's good, and I don't know. I think it's a buy if you like RPGs. Like, and here's the thing. Here's okay. So a lot of the criticism he's getting, because I'm gonna be hard on it. The criticism he's getting is that it's very grindy, all right? And I don't like that they put microtransactions in the game. I think that is a very disrespectful thing if you're going for a single player RPG game.
Wait, what kind of microtransactions did they put in the game? What?
Okay, so the Helix credits, right? This was in Origins too, but it wasn't that bad in Origins only because like it wasn't like a full-blown RPG yet where like you needed to level up to be on par with your enemies. So this is what the criticism is that Odyssey is getting, right? So the Helix credits, right? There is literally Helix, like it's what they call booster packs, right? Or I think what they call them is like time waster, like non-time waster packs or some shit like that, where you can buy with your own money like materials that you need to level up your gear, because every time your character levels up in the game, that gear that you're wearing becomes more and more obsolete, right? Obviously it's an RPG, that's how things work. So the gear basically needs to level up, and the way you level it up is by grinding for materials such as wood, such as gems, such as little, like, I forget, they're like there's iron in the game, and like you can come across this stuff throughout the world very, a lot. You just walk through the forest, there's wood. You're walking through a forest, there's sometimes iron on the floor and like the rock. If you go into a cave, there's iron in there, and I kind of just pick up everything. It's not that hard to like gather it, but I'm starting to notice, and I just hit level 30 the last time I played it. I'm starting to notice what people are talking about with the whole like keeping your gear on par with you, because I kind of just, like, right now the way I'm playing it is that I have like legendary gear, which is like the gold gear, like the best gear you get in the game, right? But I don't have like full armor sets yet, right? Like I just kind of have like parts of the gear, and some of the gear I just wear because like at the time when I got it, I was good for like assassin damage, right? That's what I was doing. So as I leveled up, I got like a blue piece of gear or a common piece of gear that was, better in stats, but only because the gold gear that I had was now obsolete. And at the time, like I was like, all right, like I didn't want to like use my materials to level up that piece of gear, only because it wasn't that much money, but I was starting to level up my ship, because you also need materials to level up your ship. Like every part of your ship needs materials to level it up, right? So I can see why people are getting a little bit mad with the whole microtransaction thing. Don't get me wrong though, you can play the whole game, because I was watching, like I also agreed with people like Angry Joe, because like I watched this whole Angry Joe review of Assassin's Creed, which you guys should go watch too, and how the whole thing works, like all their opinions. He basically said that you can play the whole game without having to pay out of your pocket for a microtransaction, but sometimes you will feel the grind, and sometimes you will feel like it can get a little annoying. Now, I didn't feel like a big of a grind, because Vinny, I guess me and Vinny have two totally different play styles of playing RPGs, right? Vinny's been playing a lot of the main story, right? He's been like skipping through, right, to the main story. He does side shit, but he plays like he's been just flying through the main story. Me, I've been playing a lot of side quests. I've been playing a lot of like it's like Witcher 3, where you can go up to a board, right, and like collect quests in each town. I've been doing a lot of those quests, and I've been like, and then eventually after like a good 5 hours of doing all that, because I just enjoy doing all that, I go and play the main story. I do a main story mission, and then rinse and repeat, right? Like I just kind of like, I do a main story mission, like maybe 3 story missions in a row, and then I go back and start like, doing side quests and having fun with that. But like a lot of the criticism is that people were like, they don't like doing the side quests because it's not as interesting and or fun for some people. Like they feel it as a grind, right? Like I didn't feel that, because I actually thoroughly enjoy the gameplay enough to do a lot of the side stuff and just have fun killing people. Like I like doing the whole assassin. Like I'm mostly an assassin, and I've just been like really having fun with that. Like I like killing people.
All right, Jeff. Let's wrap it up.
I was about to wrap it.
Oops.
So why did you have to do that? You just got me off track.
You're going like you're doing it way too long.
We talked about other stuff pretty long.
I didn't expect you to go like that in depth.
No, because I want people to understand that it's a buy, but I was trying to explain to them why they may not like it, so they didn't just go buy it and be like, "Oh shit, this is crap." That's why. Because it's not something like, you gotta go watch Angry Joe's video. It's not something that you can say in a gist. Like you have to like
them I got you.
Every little point, or else it's like, I was trying to get to the point where if you don't like what do you call it? Like if you don't like the side quests and like the stuff it has to offer, I can see why it would feel grindy to you. Me, I like it because I can play that and have fun with it but that's just me. Like, and there's some people that are like me that also like playing it like that and doing all those quests. But some people may not like that. So that's what I was trying to end it with, is that if you like that, then go ahead, go buy the game. But if you're not gonna like that type of stuff where like you can go and like play these side quests and like you feel like they're lacking something and like you just don't feel like it's entertaining enough to keep you playing the game, then maybe you shouldn't buy it. Maybe you should wait for a sale, basically, and then play it.
Alright. So you heard it here.
There's a lot of and I was trying to like, it's really hard to give you a gist of like all this shit. But like Angry Joe's video was 34 minutes, put it like that, on Assassin's Creed.
Oh, okay, I got you.
There's so much to talk about on that.
Then it's buy or rent or wait on discount. So on our next topic, a little big thing going on. James Gunn, I think he's either rumored to be or he is the director for Suicide Squad 2. So a little backstory on this one: we know that James Gunn got fired for old Twitter jokes about, I think it was like pedophilia. That was the jokes. I believe it was some kind of pedophilia joke, or like some rape joke.
They hired to butcher the next movie. All right.
Well, let's not forget James Gunn. He directed Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2. He had the script for Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So how are we feeling? Do you think James Gunn can single-handedly save the DC universe?
No.
No. Okay, do you think he can save Suicide Squad? I think he can do it.
Maybe he can redeem Suicide Squad, because, alright, I'll give him this, right? So if he directed Guardians of the Galaxy, and that's a movie with like 4 characters, what is it? There's Quinn, Gamora, Drax, Rocket Raccoon, and then Groot. Those are the 5 main characters. So he in theory could pull off Suicide Squad 2. But it's like, one, who the fuck was asking for a second movie? Like, I thought it didn't do that good in the box office. And then 2, it's like
DC was
like can DC afford another flop if this guy doesn't get it right? Like DC's been flopping.
I don't know, that's right. Warner Brothers. So Warner Brothers still has good other good movies, right?
What other good movies have they done recently? What are you talking about, bro?
Warner Brothers movies.
Anyway, I mean, like, all right, maybe he could probably like do a good Suicide Squad, but my thing is that like one good movie doesn't save a whole franchise.
Okay,
you feel me?
So they did Crazy Rich Asians, which for some reason I heard things about that one. The Nun, Ocean's 8, A Star Is Born, which did really good. Ready Player One, The Meg. All the DC movies. Yeah, they've done movies. They're the people. They did Rampage. They did Kong.
In terms of the DC
they're making movies.
No.
I mean, they're making money.
They're making money on their other shit, but like DC is literally like, I'm not gonna say it's killing them, but they're just wasting money on DC right now.
Did they make their money back for any of the movies?
I don't know.
I mean, Wonder Woman. I think they made their money back on Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman and maybe Superman, because you guys love to fucking hype Superman up to fucking high heaven, even though that movie was boring.
Superman was great. In my opinion. Superman was great. Changed my mind.
Fucking.
Such a great
let's not
movie.
get into the argument again, because that was the whole last week podcast.
Green Rock.
That never got reported.
Weakness. Get the fuck out of here,
bro. What you mean? Green Lantern was the best movie.
Shut up.
But that does bring up like an interesting thing. Like how long, like, is this just gonna be a day where all these like superhero movies just like implode on themselves?
Like where the whole where you just hit the reset button on DC Universe, or like where we fuck.
Oh no, like where like a studio just looks at it and they're just like, oh my god, like we're pouring so much money into this and like we are making our money back, or like audiences are starting to get like tired of like superhero movies. Like, what do? We have all these stuff planned. Like, we have like these actors, we have like these scripts written, so we can't just waste all that money now. We have like stuff filmed.
I feel like they have to have an end goal. Like don't get me wrong, I enjoy the Marvel movies and shit, but like I'm getting tired of these superhero movies. Like,
I think it's gonna be Spider-Man fatigue soon.
23, yeah, Spider-Man fatigue for sure, bro. I mean,
like, we've had the video game. We had Venom, which is technically a Spider-Man.
Well, we're gonna have to like treat that as a standalone because
but
Spider-Man still isn't in the universe.
Yes, true. Spidey into the Spideyverse. We having Spider-Man Far From Home. Then we're getting Spider-Man PS4 2. Let's not forget that. And then like Adventures with Spider-Man is getting put in a lot of things.
So Sony and Marvel are milking the fuck out of Spider-Man. The thing is that the timing couldn't have been better right now. At least for Spider-Man, right? So like we have Homecoming came out like last year, right? I think it was like last year. Or 2 years ago. I don't know. Okay.
Was it 2 years? Was it already 2 years? Holy crap.
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah.
It came out when Wonder Woman came out, 2017.
Well, it's about to be too. We're literally about to hit 2019.
Well, yeah. So yes.
All right. Anyway, so Homecoming came out not too long ago, and then we had we had him in Infinity War, and then the game came out. Like I think the game came out like maybe 3 months after, like 3 or 4 or 5 months after Infinity War came out, and then we have the DLC dropping every month after the game came out, and then there's already basically a sequel confirmed, and then I know Sony's about to milk the fuck out of Spider-Man, especially with all like the side movies that they have going on. Like Spider-Man is about to be like, he's either about to be the greatest thing that's ever happened to fucking movies and video games and shit, or he's about to be like the biggest flop. Something's gonna happen. It's gonna implode on itself. I feel like they're gonna go way too far with it.
They're gonna oversaturate him.
Exactly.
To the point where it's not even like fun to see him.
Exactly.
Which is like for a superhero like Spider-Man.
That's what I'm scared for too.
Very
like,
hard.
Because Spider-Man's like dead ass my favorite superhero. So like if they just like kill him because they overused him, then I'm gonna be pissed.
All right.
Yeah, that's a scary thing. Talking about, some stuff about things that we care about. Witcher casting. The Witcher for Netflix. So, okay, before we go into the casting stuff, all right? Because I know Jed has some quarrels. I think that's the word used.
You've seen the Witcher casting, right? Like you've seen like Yennefer and
I'm gonna
play, right?
I'm gonna see right now who the fuck is.
Yeah, look it up. Yeah, look it up.
I'll send you a link right now. I'll send you a link.
There you go. Brandon put it up on the Discord.
Okay, so I'm just gonna name off the people.
Okay.
Geralt is being played by Henry Cavill.
Yep.
Ciri is being played by Farrah Allen. She's from Britain.
Gotta love these UK actors.
And apparently there was controversy because there was rumors that they were looking to hire a black or Asian
for
Ciri, but they ended up going for a white girl. Which, whatever.
Yeah.
Queen Calanthe. What was that?
Just give up.
What was that?
I think the rest of the cast is okay. What I am worried about.
Who was she?
I don't fucking know. What I am worried about is
Yennefer.
Yennefer. I don't like her. I'm gonna be fucking honest. I'm not the only one. After I said this, I went to go look, and I'm like, I better not be the only one fucking says this. Everybody's saying Ciri's casting is good only because I think the timeline, she's playing a young Ciri basically, right? And I'm fine with that. Young Ciri wise, that's fine. Yennefer, on the other hand, she looks like a fucking high school girl who basically just came out of high school and is gonna fucking play Yennefer. And when I hear Yennefer, I expect a woman who is mature.
But Yennefer looks so young. She does look pretty young.
But in the game, she's a grown ass woman.
You gotta understand, it's also when you look at an actor, right?
I was gonna say real quick. Yeah, Yennefer is technically like she acts like a mom for Siri. So if this young ass girl tries to be a mom for Siri in the show, it's gonna be like,
yeah,
I can't believe that shit.
It feels very weird, right? Like it doesn't fit right? Like Henry,
Nope.
like I accept it now. Like it wasn't such a bad choice for Daryl, right? Like I hope that his acting is good. I hope that the makeup and everything for him is good, right?
But he's a good actor, so I feel like he'll pull it off.
I know he'd probably pull it off. Like I trust that. But here's the thing, Yennefer, like, and he throws off that vibe, right? Like he's a fucking man. Like he can be Daryl. Like I can see that.
Yeah.
Yennefer, like I can't, like she's too young, right? She doesn't like. I can't see her being Yennefer. Like I can't see that actress being Yennefer and pulling it off. Like it's not gonna look right. I don't think it is. You know, it's just very weird. Like I'm very on the edge about it. I mean, what do you
feel
think?
that.
Can you agree with like? Yeah,
I think they have to not only cast the right people in terms of like the look. I guess not the look, because I don't care who the fuck plays the characters as long as they could get it right. But like if you're gonna go in terms of looks, because everyone's bitching about the fact that Siri was almost black, then like if you're gonna go for that, then pick an older looking woman for Yennefer. Otherwise, like shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Because like if you're like I don't give a fuck. Like if like what's it called? Like how they were talking about making Superman black supposedly. Like if that's the case, I don't give a fuck. Make him black, but then as long as he plays the character right. But if like don't complain about the show sucking or some bullshit just because someone's black or whatever the case may be.
Look, all I'm hoping is that maybe I don't know, maybe we're all gonna be surprised, but
yeah,
she will play a good Yennefer. I don't fucking know. It's just that the way she looks in the picture, like I don't know what the rest of her body looks like.
I mean, they can do makeup.
No, that's what I was getting to. They can do makeup and all that stuff, but it's just like I don't know. I just don't get like the vibe from her that she can pull it off. Like
I feel like
these other actors and be like, all right, like they can throw off that vibe, like they can play that character. Her, I can't. I can't look at her and be like, that's Yennefer. Like that's gonna be Yennefer. That's gonna be the badass fucking sorcerer that we all know. Like it's I don't know. It's just the way I feel right now.
I feel like it's one of those things where we have to see it when it happens, because like all right, I'm gonna give you a very interesting, like not interesting, but like just a good example. So Heath Ledger, when they first like put out the pictures for him like in like the whole like Joker outfit, the pictures made him look like he was just like a fucking like playful, happy-go-lucky looking motherfucker. But then like they dropped the trailer for the Dark Knight, and then this motherfucker like he's making shit happen, and you're like, oh fuck, like he's like dead ass. So it's like I feel like it's one of those things where we have to see before we can like make a judgment on it. But for now, we'll just be a little worried.
Basically, that's what I am. I'm worried. Like I just.
So are we just worried about Siri and Yennefer, or is that it, or?
No, not serious.
Like Henry.
Siri's fine. That's fine. I'm just worried about.
I'm not fine with anyone until I see performances. I don't give a fuck what they look like or like whatever until I see them act on screen. I don't give a fuck until then.
I think Henry Cavill's gonna be good. I'm a fan of Henry. I like him.
Yeah, he's the only one that I have like high hopes for, because I know he can act good. Just people fucking.
So are we excited? Do we think Netflix will pull this off?
I'm not excited at all, to be honest with you.
I just hope this doesn't fall onto the Netflix adaptation meme, because let's hope that doesn't happen.
I'm not excited for any of these live action Netflix shows.
I know I listened to the Black Hokage's podcast, and I know a lot. Like he says that like the money that it would take for to really flesh this out, like they underwhelmed like Luke Cage and Iron Fist so much because like they don't have the kind of
are they gonna do
money
for The Witcher.
That's true, because The Witcher like it has griffins and like all these magical beasts, like
bunch of shit.
werewolves.
Like, have to do like I don't think I can accept mediocre CGI. Like it has to be decent CGI. Or
like some kind of maybe like puppetry or
which
or
even
like
that's expensive though. Puppetry is expensive.
Oh yeah, puppetry is very
Like
expensive.
if you're going with like classic Star Wars puppets, because that's like the best, one of the best things, or even classic like 80s movies. Puppets.
Jurassic Park.
So yeah,
Jurassic
I was about to say Jurassic Park.
Yeah, Jurassic Park. Like you look at that and I'm like, that's expensive to fucking do. Like that's not easy. CGI or not.
Oh yeah.
Either CGI or that. That's both expensive. So like you like, I don't know what they're gonna do, but I just hope it looks good.
And I think what the AT-ATs in Star Wars that was claymation, right?
Yep.
And even that's expensive and time consuming.
Exactly.
Because that's like
Frame
it's like
by
an
frame.
hour just it's like an hour for like one frame basically.
Yep. So I don't know. I think in conclusion, we can all conclude that
They're gonna cut corners. They're definitely.
They might, and I'm hoping it's good. Like I would like usually video games that turn into movies or shows, they just don't turn out well 90% of the time. Has there been a game that turned into a movie that's good? Do we know of it?
No.
Okay, then that's what I thought. Because
I don't think so.
If I don't have a memory of any, then I don't think there is.
I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt because like I feel like what they could do, and instead of going for like full-on transformations and shit for certain things like werewolves and vampires, they could do like the halfway transformation where like their physical like face changes but not their whole body. Like you know how like in Teen Wolf or like other shows, like they could do that for that. But I don't know how they're gonna be like, all right, Geralt, we have a fucking contract for a griffin you gotta go kill. And Geralt's like, all right, and then it's like the CGI deer from Walking Dead. Like,
that's so to this day, I don't know why they did that. I still don't know what. Who in the board reading was like, let's CGI a fucking deer and let's make it like the worst thing.
Why didn't they just fucking get a real deer? What the fuck?
Some dude went to go fucking like film a deer in the wild with a 2005 fucking camera, and then put a green screen deer into the fucking deer.
But yeah, so like, they gotta really be careful with how they go about it. My thing is though is that like, not only is it hard to just budgetarily speaking, like it's hard to make a show like that because of all the effects that go into it.
How do we think the fighting's gonna be like?
I think it'll be fine if it's like because most of the shit is like
Geralt uses. Yeah, but he uses magic too.
Here's the thing. I think it's possible. I don't know how the fuck they're gonna do. I feel like this show should have not been a Netflix project. I have faith in Netflix making good shit. But I feel like it should have been something like, where's Game of Thrones on? Is it HBO?
HBO, yeah.
Okay, HBO should have taken something like this because you look at Game of Thrones. That's a mystic fantasy type shit. There's like shit that you would see in The Witcher in there. And they do it very well. That show is fucking top notch. Everybody likes it.
Oh yeah, that show has a lot of money.
Watched it. I would love to watch it, and I have to find a way to watch it.
It's about to end.
Yeah, I know. That's
the final season.
I would love to watch it because I heard it's great. But I've seen clips. I've seen like how the show looks. It looks fucking great. And if Witcher pulls that off, if it looks like that, and not only that, if the story is good, then okay, then it's great. That's what I hope it's gonna be. But I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be that great.
We shall see. It's not a release date, right? No,
not yet. It's not production, I think.
We shall see.
I mean, they just finished the casting.
They just finished casting. That's true. That's true. I'm gonna be guessing 2020 by
the latest.
Yeah.
The latest 2020.
Yeah.
That's when then we'll go.
All right.
So onto some. Actually, hold on. Let's go on because that's a very serious topic. We're gonna go on some little funnier stuff real fast before we hit like the very serious stuff. So I think this month, end of last month, 2 albums got released by 2 of our, I would say, like our more favorite rappers, right? I would say Logic and Lil Wayne. They both dropped their projects. Lil Wayne dropping The Carter 5, and Logic dropping I Once Sold Crack to My Dad. Did you know I'm biracial?
Can I drop a disclaimer real quick?
Yes.
Alright, so 1, I am not a Lil Wayne fan, so I have no comment on his album because I didn't hear it. 2, I listened to the Logic album, and I'll keep that those thoughts up for the actual what we talk about it in a second.
All right. Then me and Jed I think we both listened to Lil Wayne. Jed had very different opinions than I did.
Yeah.
Are we talking about the Carter 5 first? I don't want to get
the Carter 5. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll talk about Carter 5, and then we'll talk about I once sold crack to my dad. Did you know I'm biracial? The album.
We said the joke already.
That's why I call it.
Wayne's album. I'm sorry, I literally could not sit there and listen to those. I literally went through every one, and I was like, okay, this is just not my thing. Like, I'm like fucking listening to it. I'm like, all right, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it.
But you like Lil Wayne, right?
I like Lil Wayne. I liked his old shit. I didn't like any of his recent shit. I didn't like. And that's why I gave the Carter 5 a chance, because I'm like, I usually like those albums. They're okay. And I just didn't like it. Like, I couldn't sit there and I was not fucking with any of it. Maybe I have to go back and listen to it a little more as a fucking chore or something. Maybe it'll hit me, but right now I am not fucking with it. I do not like it that much. I know you did, so you can go ahead and say which songs you liked, and
so let me open up
recommend to me which songs I should really sit there and actually listen to. So
let me open up my Spotify.
I cannot.
Let me open up my Spotify. Okay, so Don't Cry. Let me talk about my overall experience with the album. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I think I liked 1, 2, 3, 4 songs out of the album, which isn't like the best. Like, some songs I was messing with, but I was like, like, I'm not gonna put them on my playlist. To me, for really like an album, like, I have to have like half the songs on like the playlist. But I could tell that there were some good songs. I just didn't feel them feel like they were worthy of my playlist. But it was a good one. I would say half the album in the beginning is like his newer stuff, and like the bottom sounds like his stuff that he wrote like back in the day. But other than that, I don't really have too much to say about it. But it was a good album. You should definitely give it a listen. The songs that I like: What About Me? That one spoke to me. Mona Lisa featuring Kendrick Lamar, great. Dark Side of the Moon featuring Nicki Minaj, awesome. I actually really enjoyed it. Nicki Minaj can sing. Ain't nobody talking bad about Nicki Minaj. And Don't Cry featuring X. Don't Cry featuring X, which was a good song. I liked it. I think
that was
shout out to X, R.I.P. X.
R.I.P. X. But like, sometimes when I listen to it, I'm like, would this song have the same effect on me if he wasn't dead? And that's what I think about.
A little,
because it's like
little side note. You guys watched the videos for like the two recent videos of songs that he after he died, right?
Yeah.
Can we both agree, can we all three of us agree on the fact that those videos are very weird only because he's dead? And one was the funeral, and if you look at the vibe of what the fuck?
Moonlight.
Moonlight,
yeah.
When I look at that video, I get the vibe of X is dead in that video, and that's his ghost walking around, looking around at people that like love him and are like, you know, like having basically like almost like a funeral after party and like celebrating him and who he was. And when you look at it, it really looks like that, because when he's kind of like at the end of the video, he just sits there and stares at everybody, and it's almost like it's his soul staring at everybody, like now that he's dead in the afterlife, and just kind of staring at everybody that loved him. And it's just such a weird thing to watch, because you're just like, what the fuck? Like, this is so like, it's almost like he knew he was gonna really fucking die or some shit. It was just so weird.
Well, he's been saying that.
I think the thing is that like, you'd only be saying that because he's dead, but if he wasn't, that wouldn't be the case.
No, I know, because like, that's the weird part. It's that these two videos are literally like if you look at them, they have death vibes in them. Like, it's just like, it's so weird to look at that. Like, I wouldn't look at what's another video they had? Oh my god,
Look at Me.
Yeah, Look at Me, right? And like, if that released after his death, I wouldn't look at that and be like, oh, that's related to his death. No, that's not how we look at that. It's just these two videos were just like, what the fuck? Like, that's really fucking weird and kind of like.
But those songs already have a really different vibe from Look at Me. Like Moonlight is a very somber, kind of almost like eerie song. Same with the other one a little bit in a way.
Sad.
Yeah, sad. It's like, it's not the same vibe as Look at Me, where this nigga's like, he's going hard as fuck on Look at Me.
Well, he does. I know he did Look at Me, and I think the song is called Riot, because it's like a 2-minute. They're both 2-minute songs.
Yeah.
So he like combined them together. But yeah, I think a little bit of it is that we look at it because he's dead. I also think it's because like it's just the way that he used to talk, where he was like, I'm gonna die. So like you kind of correlate things together, whether it was like his intention to do it or not.
Yeah.
It is creepy, I will say. I think it is weird. It is weird, and this conversation is gonna be brought up because he's dead.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So
Yeah.
now we move.
And even his song, even Don't Cry, like Don't Cry is like, cause he's dead.
Yeah.
Like the song has like a whole different meaning.
Yeah.
Where he's like, hey, it feels like he's singing like Don't Cry cause I'm dead. Like I love you guys. Like that's, but like I know if he was alive, like I wouldn't think that.
Think of it like that.
It's crazy what artists and then them dying and then them still having like music.
It's crazy how the
the
context of like the artist's music can change after they're dead. Like when you look at it, it's like holy shit. Like a lot of this was very like the vibe it throws off is like, oh, like he knew he was gonna die or some shit, you know, stuff like that. It's just very weird.
Yeah, unfortunately. R.I.P. to X.
R.I.P. X.
But you know, now with something that we can all talk about. Bobby Biracial's album. What's it called? The what?
YSIV.
The last
Young Sinatra.
Young Biracial mixtape album, whatever. I'm just trying to make sure, like I don't think we realized that Logic's biracial, guys. Like,
Yo.
do we know? He's half black, half white. He sold crack to his dad once. Do we know these things? I didn't.
He sold crack to his dad.
What are you talking about? Yes, he did.
Listen to the album. His brother sold crack to his dad. You fucking dumbass.
Bro. Okay, Under Pressure. Listen to one of those. I think Under Pressure. He said that he did it to his dad. Yes, he did in that album.
In that verse, he's speaking from his brother's perspective. That's how I know you don't listen to this music, nigga. Shut up.
Whatever.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about old Logic. All right.
Shut up. Anyway,
about
YSIV. Let's talk about this shit real quick.
You go ahead, Adrian.
All
You
right.
can start with that one.
All right. What? I finally
let's
finished...
disclaimer before we are all big fans of Logic. All right, we've all been listening since like what I think Under Pressure was our first album.
I started on Incredible True Story, but then I went back to Under Pressure. Told me.
So we all know Logic. We all know his songs. So this is coming from fans. All right.
Yeah. Before anyone fucking tells us that we all are haters and shit.
Or dick riders.
Yeah.
We've been here since the beginning.
Anyway, I listened to it and I knew I didn't like the album when I didn't want to go through it a second time, but I did anyway, just to make sure that like, did I really not like the album, or am I just like being very critical, or you know, whatever. And listening through it a second time, I fell asleep. So yeah,
really,
I'm not impressed by this album. It doesn't have any depth to it, in my opinion. Like you said before, I'm okay with the fact that he went to like a more like boom bap kind of style, but like
which is the Young Sinatra. Usually Young Sinatras are more
exactly, yeah. So but my problem is just that like it's just fucking boring, bro. Like how do you have the entire Wu-Tang Clan on a song and then you don't like, it's not good? What kind of shit is that? And the thing is too about Logic fans is that like they gas him up so much that he feels like he can't do shit wrong. So then when he actually does get criticism, everyone calls the critics haters.
New Logic
like
fans.
New Logic fans. Yeah, everyone calls us haters, but we're not being haters. We just want him to be better because we know he can be. So it's like when he doesn't like outdo himself, and not saying that every album has to be a fucking like amazing banger hit or whatever, but it's just like we expect more. Like we expect some more depth, some more variety, some more like, you know, flow, like some change, nigga. Like just fucking do something different. God damn.
I was listening to Under Pressure the other day, and his flows are very in All Right. Like I have not heard like his flow of All Right in a while, or Driving Miss Daisy. That flow I've not heard in Driving Miss Daisy in a minute. So let me talk about what I think about this album. All right, I listened to 1 minute of every single song and I skipped through all of them because I could not get into it. Right, and it's just such such a bad album. I'm sorry. All right, like I can't handle it. He just says the same thing over again. Last Call was so dumb. I hated it. It was like, I get it, it's your whole life story, but don't be like switching a whole conversation about what you had for breakfast that day. Like, come on. All right, I don't want to hear it. All right, I get it. I joke on him that he's biracial and all that stuff because it's funny, but like, come on. All right, we're through with this. You made everybody, okay, or whatever, Africarian, whatever you wanted to name it originally. All right,
I thought he got it all out of his system on everybody, but he kept fucking going.
You keep going at it. You keep telling me how great love and positivity is. You keep telling me the suicide's bad. I get it. We all get it. I don't think there's anybody in this world who doesn't get it. So just do what you used to do. Go back to like reinventing yourself. Like go back to like pushing yourself, and like, I'm sorry, I just can't. When a song that's like 6 minutes long is worse, like Under Pressure is like, to me, is like his best like story song, right? And like I think he had one of those on like, there was like a 6 minute song on this album that I literally could not listen to more than a minute. I was like, this is too long for me. But I can listen to like Under Pressure. Right? No, I think there's another one. I'd have to check. But like I can listen to Under Pressure, which is like an 8 minute song, and I'm like, this is great. Like I can do it. Yeah. 1 out of 10. 1 out of 5. I'm sorry.
Oh, we're going by numbers. All right, I give it a 0.5.
God damn. God.
No, I let this album sink in, and I listened to it again, and I was just like, yeah, no, this is not good.
I don't.
It was.
A Logic album is bad when you don't have a quotable bar.
Yeah.
No. There's a quotable bar. I have to say. Calling bomb. Hold on. I'm canceling class, like bomb threats. But even that's not that even like interesting.
Look, I would give it like a fucking 2 out of 5. Like it just wasn't.
2 out of 5. So it's 40%. 4 out of 10.
That's me. That's me being nice. I don't know.
Did we like the Bobby Tarantino album?
I liked them. Before? I thought they were fun. Like
the last one.
I still thought that one was fun. Like I thought it was good. I still have shit that I listened to from there.
So where do we think he went wrong?
Everybody.
No, because okay, he dropped everybody, and then he dropped. I'm pretty sure he dropped Bobby Tarantino too, right?
All right.
After that.
So I think. Fuck, where did he go wrong then? Like, how did he go back to his old, like, his everybody shit? Like, I don't.
Cause I will say, Bobby Tarantino, I didn't listen to like a lot of it. It was okay, but like, even 44 More, I can't listen to that much. Like, I don't know what it is.
Nah, 44 More is hard as fuck, bro.
Yuck. I think that was another song of Bobby Tarantino. There's some good songs. It's just not like an album that I want to go back and listen to fully. It's just like a couple snippets of songs.
It's one of those albums, not albums, like I guess it's a mixtape technically, but it's one of those things where it's like there are good songs in there, but you're not gonna go and listen through the entire thing again. But like, but I still had fun with it for what it was, because like at the end of the day, like I know it's not like an album, it's not like a super long project. It's a mixtape. It's for fun. So I was like, I had fun with it for what it was. It's kind of like how. I feel like we're being like, I guess, I don't know, hip hop snobs, because like we're being like the film critics for Venom in a sense, but like at the end of the day, it's like I guess we just expect more on the albums than we do from the mixtapes.
Yeah, I can see it. I think was this an album? I thought this was a mixtape.
YSIV was an album, yeah.
I thought the Young Sinatras were mixtapes. I didn't know they were albums.
They were all the first 3 were mixtapes, but then this one he got as a commercial like album release.
Got it. Then
I think my overall problem is just that like he has this attitude in the album where he's like oh fuck you guys, I'm gonna be doing the same shit because this is what got me money, or like I don't know, because like
I feel it, yeah. But the thing he does is so surface level.
Yeah, exactly. Like in terms of like success, unfortunately, the Everybody album was his most successful one. So like if he's gonna be going off of like just numbers and shit, And it's like, yeah, make your money, whatever, bro. I don't care. But don't expect me to be a long time listener because I don't give a fuck about what you have to say. You're gonna keep saying the same shit.
It's true. It's
like
true.
every song, at least I felt like
sounds the same.
No, I'm talking about Under
Flow
Pressure.
wise. Oh, okay.
Every song on Under Pressure, I felt like told a story. Like Soul Food was like he gave you like a brief summary of what he's about to go through, and then like Gang Related is talking like the first verse is coming from the perspective of his brother who's selling crack to his dad, who's out there, who has he has the heat on him, he's pushing this weight. And then the second verse is about is from like Logic's perspective, and then Under Pressure is about like just I guess like his rise to success, and like how everyone's like calling and asking him for favors and shit, and he's like, nah, fuck you people, like I'm doing me. And it's like every song I felt like told a fucking story. But like
Nicki,
his addiction with nicotine and shit. I mean, well, everyone has that shit nowadays, but like every fucking song I felt like told a story. But like there's no depth to his new shit. Like he has nothing to say that I care about.
They all sound the same. His flow sounds the same in every single song. Like if you listen to Under Pressure, if you go from All Right to Driving Miss Stacy to Gang Related,
yeah,
like 3 completely different flows, and then you go to Under Pressure, all like different flows, and like that's what I like. I liked how he was like versatile, and now all his like flows sound like he uses the same 2 flows over and over again.
Yeah, I think the one interview that I saw with like it was him. He was like on the Breakfast Club. I think he was explaining the last part of Gang Related. Like how like at the end, and this is how you like. I fucking love this song because I remember like the entire song, and that song is fast as fuck. I don't know if you remember like how fast the song goes, especially at the end. But like he's explaining how like the point of the end of the song is to like he speeds it up so that it sounds like it's kind of like a Beretta like being shot, and then you hear the gunshots in the background too to like emphasize the fact that it's like his bars are going as fast as like a gunshot. So it's like that shit's fire, bro. And then on top of that, the shit that he's saying in it is like, all right, that like it's deep, it makes sense. So it's like when you're not doing shit that makes me want to go back and listen to it again and again and again and again, it's like I don't fucking care, bro.
No, it's true.
Which is why I don't understand why you don't like J. Cole. Like KOD is fucking fire, bro.
J. Cole's boring, bro. J. Cole puts me to sleep, bro. J. Cole, puts me to sleep. I tried listening.
J. Cole's the only biracial rapper besides Jordan or Lucas that I actually care about that doesn't say he's fucking biracial.
Oh yeah.
Bro.
Oh yeah. Did they sell crack to their dad? That's all I want to know. I didn't even listen. J. Cole, I didn't know J. Cole was biracial, bro. Like he didn't like. Logic's been telling me he's been biracial since I was born, bro. Bro, the first thing if I ever see Logic at a concert, right? If I get VIP, I'm gonna look him then and be like, Logic, what exactly? What are you? What's in that pot? And he's gonna go on a whole long speech about how he's biracial and how hard his life is because he was biracial, and it's gonna be great, and I can't wait. Now. Some from an artist that we actually care about. Let's talk about this fucking crazy ass bullshit with Kanye West and Donald Trump. All right, because Kanye West, if I'm gonna link down the video to this, everybody should watch it. It's honestly, I feel like you're doing yourself a disservice if you're not watching this video. All right,
dude,
because Kanye West, okay, Kanye West, all right, in a different timeline. I am Kanye West. In a different universe, we, as a unit, are Kanye West. All right, just think about that. All right, because it makes sense when you think about it.
Yo, real shit. Watching that shit, I'm just like I watched all 21 minutes, and like it's just fucking to just watch everything, how it all happens, Trump's reactions, everybody's reaction, but. Like, one of the things that I question constantly when I listen to Kanye West talk, am I woke or is he woke? Like I don't.
What level of woke are we that
is he too deep for us to understand, or is he just fucking stupid?
Is that
That's the real question.
Is that why we think he's stupid? We just can't comprehend this level of thinking.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I constantly question my own like level of thinking and understanding things, and when I listen to him, and I'm like, is he really actually making like? Because like I look at like I saw this whole video, right, and I'm like looking at everybody's reaction to. I forget the guy sitting next to him. What's his name is? He's a big person. I think he's an athlete. I forget what the fuck his name is.
I think he's a basketball player or some shit like that.
Yeah,
or he's a Hall of Famer or something. I don't know.
And then Donald Trump's reaction, because like it's not only like what you got the whole like, oh, that was very interesting. That reaction from Donald Trump. That's not the only reaction. Like you get a little bit more later, and I'm just like, did he really understand what he was saying? Like, did he really? Because I mean, at one point he even like corrected him. He said something like, "Oh yeah, Wisconsin." So I'm assuming he's really paying attention to what he's saying.
No, you look at Donald Trump and he's genuinely trying to understand what the fuck Kanye is saying.
He's genuinely interested in like learning what Kanye West means. I think he lost him a little bit in the alternate universe part.
I think.
But I think he brought him back when he started talking about jobs in America.
Yeah.
The first comment about like how he's interrupting himself, like that's like the perfect like synopsis of the entire fucking like Kanye rant. Basically, like this motherfucker, he's going off on his own tangents. He doesn't know what the fuck he's saying.
It's just I think he's trying to get somewhere, but he doesn't know how to connect it. So he's literally jumping from jobs, dads, Chirac, and different dimensions.
Depression
within 5 fucking minutes, and depression and slavery within 5 fucking minutes. And I don't understand where the fuck he was going with it, because he even mentions his just how he had dissociative. Basically, he has dissociative, or they thought dissociative personality.
Yeah.
But it ended up being like basically
dementia, right?
Dementia.
And I'm like, we're literally jumping from dimensions to you possibly having dementia in the future, to jobs, to dads in Chirac and all that shit. And I'm just like, to fucking Donald Trump's hat making you feel powerful. And when I wear this hat, I feel like Superman. What?
Yeah, that's the next Superman. What are you talking? He's been cast.
Where were you?
He's been cast as Superman.
And I don't I don't know if I'm fucking stupid for not understanding, and this guy's woke, or he is actually fucking stupid. I don't know. Some people look at these types of speeches and say Kanye is a fucking god. The shit that Kanye tweets, all Kanye fans are like at his fucking like.
Yeah, but okay, that's different. Those are Kanye fans are stupid in general. Alright, Kanye fans are gonna say Kanye can be like let's go back in time and meet baby Hitler, but not kill baby Hitler, and Kanye fans will eat it up. That's some deep spiritual.
Kanye fans believe in the fact that didn't Kanye say that slavery was a choice? That's what Kanye fans believe in, bro. Like, what kind of shit is that?
I'm surprised he still has fans. Remember, I don't know. Kanye West, he's I feel like we shouldn't be paying attention to him, but it's just that like he just says stuff that like
no, I gotta say this, no bullshit, bro. Like when I heard what's it called, Ye versus the People, bro, no bullshit, I cried when I heard that song, and this is why I cried, because like before I heard that song, I was listening to a lot of old Kanye, and just like a lot of the shit that he's saying is like, I agree with him back then, but now he makes no fucking sense. And it's like Kanye is like so fucking influential and has like power and money to do shit, but now it feels like he's on the opposite side of the fence. So if it basically feels like we lost our black Superman or some shit like that. like
nice. DC, pick him up.
Kanye
Make him black Superman.
Anakin, bro. He went to the dark side, bro. I'm telling you.
Damn, at least he didn't kill any little kids that we know of.
Not yet. Not that we know of.
They're in Kim's mouth.
Dude, fuck that. Kanye's killing little kids right now because he made that song with Lil Pump. You're such a fucking hoe. Bro, now kids are like, now little girls are gonna be like, oh, it's okay to be a hoe. Because guys love it. Fuck that shit.
Kanye West, what are you doing with your life, bro? Listen, just take off that hat. Alright?
Oh my God.
You're attacking my people, my fellow Mexicans, with that hat. You're attacking your own people with that hat. You're just...
I dead ass Kanye's on like a really long acid trip, and then he's gonna wake up in like 30 years and be like, "Fuck."
Did you realize?
What have I been doing with my life,
bro? I realize how like it really be your own people, bro. Like, tell me how the main guy that runs ICE, right? Like I don't know, like the general or whatever. He's Mexican, bro. It really be your own people. It really be like that, bro.
It was all an inside job, bro.
It really be like that. Like, Kanye West is Donald Trump's friend. It be like that, bro. I'm telling you, don't even trust your own people, alright? Don't even trust yourself.
I know not.
God damn, bro.
I was working as a waiter. Who comes in at 10 o'clock at night when we're about to close? Hispanics.
It be your own people, bro. You think white people come in at like 7 in the morning. You know, when it's early, bro, you're okay, but they be coming in. Hispanics be asking, "Hey, is the kitchen still open?" And you know your boss is gonna say yes, no matter what time it is. Oh.
Hey, but it's your boss too, bro. It's your
boss.
And
they be staying there for 2 hours, bro. That's the worst part. They take off their shoes, put their feet on the table, bro, acting like they're in their put on their phone, Netflix. They think they're chilling in there, bro. I'm telling you, it be your own people.
Oh God. All right, so
that opens up a whole can of worms. I hate working in a restaurant. Anybody who orders fajitas at 11 a.m. should be jailed. Okay, that's all I gotta say first. You people should be jailed. That is not normal. If you're gonna eat fajitas, eat them at your own house.
There's a brand's little trigger rant.
You start mentioning anything about a restaurant, I get so mad. Anything will piss me off. You should honestly, what was it, Mother's Day, right? We were making a joke that we should have put like a camera on like my face and streamed it, right? And just see me getting angry at people ordering fajitas at 11 a.m. Oh, like, it just triggers me seeing. I saw it this morning at 11:30, and I literally, like, in my head, I was like, these people should be like, I wish I was born in America, man. I would have ran for president. The first legislation, fajitas illegal past until 2 p.m., bro. Oh, it gets me so mad. I don't know why it triggers me, bro, but fajitas at 11 a.m. Oh, I don't know why. Like,
for people that don't know, real quick, Brandon's a chef at a restaurant, so like
I'm a cook, bro. I don't know why it triggers me, but it just like, Adrian, I hate it.
As your first thing to do when you come back and you have a job.
Nigga, I'm gonna order the fajitas. What are you talking about?
Exactly,
bro. Oh my god. I'm gonna
make sure I pick up Brandon at 10:30, right? I'm gonna make sure I pick this nigga up at 10:30. We're gonna go to Rudy's, and then by 11 o'clock, that's a fajita in my hand, bro.
Bro, it legitimately triggers me. I don't know why. Like, I sat down with myself today and I was like, why does a fajita at 11 a.m. actually annoy me? Like, where is the actual like logistics? That like it hurts my soul looking at it. Like, I legitimately want to go out there and punch that person in the face. And I'm like, I hope these people get into a car accident when they're going home.
Okay.
Like, I don't know why it honestly, like, it upsets me. Oof. I'm so sorry I had to go on a little rant about fajitas at 11 a.m. Jet's seen my face when someone orders fajitas at 11 a.m.
But like, what, like, is it like a long process?
It's annoying.
I don't understand.
Okay,
like,
so on a Sunday morning, it's already busy, right?
Yes,
and then like you add fajitas, and it's such an annoying, tedious thing to make. That like you have to wait for the oil to burn, and then like sometimes it burns my skin, and then I get super pissed. Cause I'm like, it's just my day just started and I'm already burnt. Like, it gets me so mad. And then like you gotta wait for the fajita, and then you gotta cook like the thing, and then you gotta get the rice. So much annoyance. Please don't order fajitas at 11 a.m. or that's why Jesus got crucified.
basically one of the most tedious things to do in the transition time at our place, because like 11 o'clock hits, and that's like you're gonna have like a lunch menu already, and that's part of the lunch menu.
That transition time just angers me in general. I hate working the transition time.
Yeah.
When it's busy. And the fajitas don't
always
help.
come in at 11 too, so it's like you always.
No, I come in at 10, so I come in like an hour before. So I'm there during the transition time.
He's there like an hour before the transition time.
This is.
You know, I'm like genuinely afraid to go to Rudy's now and have Liz be my server. I feel like she's gonna fucking spit in my food or some shit.
If you order fajitas, I'll spit in your food.
Oh my god, bro.
I'm just. All right, let me calm down. Let me take a swig of water.
Real quick, let's plug Rudy's real quick. Everybody, go to Rudy's in Bethlehem. That shit is fire.
Rudy's Diner,
I worked there for a fucking month, and even though I only worked there for a month, I had a lot of dishes there. They're all fucking good.
Dude, the food there is really good.
They're great.
I fucking love the food. Like, oh god.
Especially the omelets. Oh my god.
Like I think like if things go right with them years, that shit's gonna be like packed like all the
popping.
Time. Yeah, like popping.
I hope so. I hope I'm gone by that point. I would eat my
to get to the point where they have like fucking 5 cooks in the back at each.
Bro, today let me I'm sorry. I need to go on this game. One of the things that annoys me the most about working is I hate when my area of work is dirty, like really dirty. I feel that. Right? And I hate when I get orders and like I start falling back, right? Like it genuinely like pisses me off that I'm like falling behind. Today at 3:30 or 3 o'clock, my whole station dirty. My whole like the tickets were coming in and I was falling behind. Man, if you would have seen my face, you would have thought that I got into a fight and I like barely won, bro. I was pissed. Like I was mad, bro. Like there was literally a point where I dropped I picked up my knife and I spilled my water, and I genuinely looked at my water and I was like, this is it. This is when I'm gonna walk out. Like just because I spilled my water, I was genuinely about like considering walking out.
You know what I noticed though when you're working though, like you have this this anxious, calm vibe to you. You're fucking panicking. I feel like you're fucking panicking, but then you're holding it all in, and then it creates some kind of calm effect. I don't know how to explain that shit, but you're fucking weird, bro.
Adrian, you've never worked with me. That's like me a lot of the time. I'm fucking panicking like literally the whole time as a waiter, and I hate being a waiter. Like I cannot stand doing that job.
I feel like anything that involves customer service is just fucking like it's either nerve-wracking or annoying, because like your entire like day, like it all revolves around you like having to kiss a lot of ass, like at least in my opinion. So it's like if you don't kiss ass the right way, or you're like I don't know, and if you just don't do your job right, or the customer acts like a dickhead, like it just fucks up your whole day.
No.
For me, when I waiter, like, hold on. Hello? Yes?
The fuck?
No, gracias.
Intermission?
I'm gonna have to cut that out. Okay, anyways.
No, fuck that. Intermission.
Well, what was I saying? Since I started waitering, like, I've realized that I've learned how, I think I'm really good at reading people, so I learned when, like, I'm annoying someone. That's like, since I'm very used to annoying people, I learned like the looks that people will give me. So like I've only had like one person like that I've actually annoyed, because like I went up to their table and I was like, hey, can I get you guys anything? And like the guy literally looked at me and he's like, what do you want? And in my head I'm just like, I'm doing my job, all right, calm down. But I was just like, okay, you know what, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna take your stuff and I'm just gonna leave you guys alone. Whenever you come in, I'm just gonna take your food and leave, and like not even show up to your table. They came in like the next week, I did the same thing. I didn't show up to their table at all. Like I just left them alone. I got like a $8 tip. It's you gotta learn. You gotta know who to kiss. You gotta know who to leave.
Who, like how everybody is, because like some people like you to be more attentive, some people don't. Like something that I do with some people, like I know there's like table of 5 guys that usually come in sometimes. I know them already, so like what I'll do with them is like I'll literally be like, because I know they talk for a while, and I get them their drinks. Then I can like go and I'm like, hey, look, I'm gonna be walking back and forth. If you need me, like you just let me know. Like I'll be here. But like every few minutes I'll come back and they'll be talking, but like I'm not gonna be like going up to them directly and be like, hey, when do you want to order something yet? Like I'll just let them go. And
sometimes it's awkward because like they're having a conversation.
You
don't want to like
hop in the middle of that.
Yeah, you don't want to like be like, oh, can I take your like food? Like the only time I hop in the middle of conversations is like to take their order, like when I know they're ready, or their drink order or stuff like that. But like most of the time, if I see that like they look like they're ready to leave, I'll hop into the conversation. If not, I'll just take like their dirty plates and like try not to bother them.
Yeah,
that's how you gotta do. In the kitchen wise, I do always have that anxious, like calm look. Let me tell you the secret about me cooking. I actually don't think at all. All of it is like, I legitimately,
muscle memory.
Yeah, it's all muscle memory for me. I like literally turn my brain off when I'm working.
You're cutting out a lot.
And that's what. Oh, am I?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Like you started cutting out like a little more.
I think are we good?
You're good now.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. So yeah, I just turn off my brain, and it's worked so far. So can't complain.
2 more topics to go through real quick.
So
well, we're gonna
cut it off here.
All right. No, I cut it off here.
Okay.
So we saw like the video with Ninja on Ellen. Pretty cringy
we can quickly
stuff.
get through that. Like that.
Yeah, we can get. Yeah, that was just cringy.
Just to that, it was cringy. I think Ellen, like, I think she was very like not. Yeah, I guess would you say ignorant is the best word to describe when she said like, "Are we making money now? Are you making money?"
Yes.
Because like I thought that was very ignorant. Because she was trying to joke around. She also says it later on the whole money thing. She brought it up twice, and it's just like, I'm like, what do you like? Like, why are you saying that? Like, there's no reason. And then she brings up her Twitter followers. She's like, oh, I have like 75 million Twitter followers. Like, no one gives a fuck. Like you're just playing Fortnite. Like, who the fuck cares? Ninja's trying to teach you how to play the game. And that's another thing. It's like, why do they even hold this if she barely, like, I don't think she's ever touched a controller in her life. Like, I don't think she knows how to do anything. Because, like, Ninja was trying to explain to her how to, like, move. Like, that's one thing she couldn't even get down is how to move. And, like, she just wasn't paying attention, I think. Like, I think she was just kind of ignoring it half the time. Like, it took forever for her to finally move. And Ninja had already died by the time she started moving. And it was just, like, I don't know. I thought the whole thing was just, like, in a way disrespectful. And, yeah.
I mean, Conan does the same thing.
I feel like a lot of these like TV personalities do that shit, where like they bring someone on who they know is popular and it's gonna get them the hits and shit and the views on TV and stuff, but they don't actually do the research and stuff or like make an effort to get to like know things about this person before they bring them on.
That's
maybe that's the case for like certain celebrities that they're like all right, I gotta like take the time to like know shit, but like I feel like they don't take gaming seriously yet, even though gaming is kind of like it's like gaming is mainstream now, but like a lot of people try to like treat it like it isn't.
I would say gaming videos probably get more viewers than most television shows.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think it's just the times. I think Ellen's a little bit too old to like really comprehend the idea that like, yeah, you can make money on Twitch, but like it ain't just like, let me start up instant
sometimes
money.
Sometimes I think it's not even that though, because what's his name? Like this is, I'm gonna go a little sidetrack and it's gonna be very quick. But like, remember how I told you about the whole Pokemon thing at that award show and what like that guy said about her? And that guy is like not that old. Like he's just very ignorant, and I think the whole like topic of gaming and making money and all that shit.
Yeah.
So basically, Adrian, this is what happened. So the guy basically made a joke, and he was like, all right, Pokemon
won an award.
Yeah. And then the guy made a joke, and he was like, oh, so like basically something about like, oh, like she's basically, oh, like because I don't know, basically Pokemon dropped out of like college, right? She's trying to become a chemical engineer, right? Good money, right? So the guy was like, oh, yeah, you see that girl over there who dropped out of college to play video games for a living? Yeah, don't do that. That's a year from now, when a new game comes out, and she has to learn.
Oh my god.
She's gonna be wishing to get back into that college, and I was like, that's very fucking ignorant to say. Like that's just fucked up.
No, that's just rude.
Like, even if you're trying to make a joke, I think that's I don't know. I just think that.
I think the thing is they don't see gaming as like a career, even though like when you see things like Shaq, I think it was, he bought his own like esports team, and like certain colleges and certain NBA teams are like buying esports teams. It's like there's obviously a lot of money to be made in this shit. So it's like, how do you look saying some stupid shit like that? So it's like, I don't know.
I mean, just look at all the games that have leagues. Like, we got the Overwatch, we have the Fortnite skirmishes,
RIP Overwatch.
We have the 2K league, right? That's like a big thing.
Rainbow, Rocket League. Rocket League is still going. Rainbow is still going. CSGO is like the biggest example, like what, 12, 14 plus years or something like that.
This stuff is on Disney Channel. Like, it's on Disney XD. Like, they actually they put it on their channel, and they televise it. Yeah, like, these things are big. It's like, sure, a new game's gonna come out, but there's always gonna be like, and I don't think there's been a game that's like the competitive scene has died. Smash Brothers Melee is still going on strong.
Yep.
Like, the competitive scene is still like
480p, baby.
It's still like the biggest thing out. So like, competitive games aren't gonna die easily. There's still gonna be a big community.
And I think like fighting games in general, like, they don't age. Like, I mean, they age.
The fighting games community is has been the longest going gaming like convention thing since like forever. So
yeah, like it's like because at these Evo events, like, they don't just play like the most like modern game. Like, they'll go back and play like the old ones.
No, I think they still have like, I don't know if they still do like arcade ones too, or like the SNES versions of them. I'm pretty sure they do.
I think they do. Yeah.
I know they still do Mortal Kombat, the newer one, and probably like the original one, Melee. I think they still have like Tekken Tag Team or something like that.
Yeah.
And there's still a big community of these like players who are like practicing every day. You may not see it, it may not translate to views, but like, they're out there.
Oh yeah, for sure. So, are we gonna get into the big topic now, Rob?
Yeah. So let me start it off. All these topics would be great. All these topics were fire. But you know what? None of the topics will matter if we don't stop fucking around and fix climate change. All right? Because the world's fucked up and we're gonna die.
God damn.
Basically,
we're gonna die.
That's a gist of climate change, right?
Basically, I mean, yeah. So, who wants to start? Do you want me to start it, kind of?
Yeah, you start. You're the person who knows the most about this.
Okay, so the IPCC, right? Like, I think they're stationed in South Korea, and they're basically like the UN's basically like the people who do research in climate change, right? Like, they're like the scientists who do research in climate change, right? Now here's the thing. So they basically said about the year 2030, right? If we don't within these next 10 years, if we don't do anything to change majorly, change for example, like, if they cut off coal production, right? Like, that'll help, right? Like, all these companies, all these corporations, they're fucking causing a fuckload of pollution, and obviously they don't give a fuck, because at the end of the day, it's like greed and money, right? It's what's running the company. It's all like a fucking, whoever has the biggest money in their pocket is really the one who's gonna really run the world, inevitably. That's sadly how it is. But the way I look at it is like, what's the point of fucking running all these companies if you're not gonna worry about the world, and then eventually we're just gonna have a world to be on, and then who's gonna be buying your products? Who's gonna be doing this if 90% of the world will be dead at a certain point? And I know that sounds like an exaggeration. Here's the thing about climate change is that there's people who don't believe that it exists. I'm one of those people that I see that it exists. Scientists are obviously doing all this research, and there's actual fucking factual articles and research evidence that it exists. I mean, we're seeing it like in the past 3 years have been very fucking hot, the hottest that the Earth has ever been. We are seeing a lot of what do you call it? The fucking fires in the forest fires. Jesus fucking Christ!
The fires in the forest.
I cannot think of it.
Tsunamis,
forest fires,
hurricanes,
earthquakes, hurricanes. We're seeing that way more because like the Earth is changing. The Earth is basically
flash floods. I get like a flash flood notification.
Dude, I get a flash flood. I get like 7 of those every day in Texas, bro.
And
no bullshit.
And the thing is like, okay, like I feel like we as the human race, we need to get together, and I know that's fucking probably impossible that we'll ever see that. But I think the big leading countries, especially America, right now, Trump does not believe in climate change. He literally, like, he's taken like all the money that we had into that out of that, like to that research out of there, and he doesn't care about it because he doesn't believe it exists, right? And obviously that's causing a lot of people in the U.S. also following that and not, they believe that it doesn't exist. And I'm just like, here's the thing, here's the whole like counter argument about like, oh, climate change exists, right? Because climate change has happened in history and in the past, and it's just like it's inevitably going to happen no matter what, right? Even if that's the case, right? Even if we cause it or not, right? If it's just like a natural world thing that's going to happen anyways, we can still create something or lessen the chance of it getting hotter. Like, it doesn't matter if we create it or not. I think it's the fact that we're literally not going to survive when the temperature raises and all our crops start dying off and all this other, like any other food source that we have, all the coral reefs are going to basically be fucking dead. All our food source is going to go down worldwide. It's going to cause mass starvation. It's going to cause more diseases that are going to kill probably a lot of poor people. Those third world countries, they're going to get a lot of droughts of food, and you're going to get a lot of fucking disease that's going to come up from this. And it's very scary. It's honestly a scary thing to think about, that in 10 years, if we don't do anything, it's the point of no return, because that's basically what they stated, is that if we don't do anything by 2030, we're gonna hit the point of no return. That even if we try to do something at 2030, there's no point, because it's just nothing we can do. So we just have to accept our inevitable death, basically, in a way.
Low death. Yeah.
No.
So
and
keep going.
No, I was just gonna say, like, it's very I don't know, like I feel like it should like hit people. Like, I don't know if it's not worrying people enough. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't know. I know we individually can't do much, but I think if more people got together, more leaders got together and pushed toward better like renewable sources, like better ways of maybe more what do you call it, like a way to waste less fucking gas, basically, like lower,
electric cars.
Yeah, like lower the CO2 levels. Like, if we figure out a way to lower the CO2 levels in the atmosphere, figure out a way to maybe cool off the Earth as a whole. I don't know what it would do, but if that's possible, that would be cool.
There's a lot of factors.
It's so like, I don't know. It's we need to just do something about it, or else it's kind of gonna fucking just hit the fan, and we're gonna be like, well, it's too late. I mean, we talked about it 10 years ago, but nobody did anything, and shit's gonna kind of go down.
There's a whole lot of factors to this bullshit. Like, so one is the fact that we like the big oil companies don't want us to find renewable energy sources, because if we do, then they stop making money, and they obviously they can't have any more money in their, like, they can't have enough money in their wallets, you know what I mean? Like, they don't give a fuck. So
what's the money even matter if the world's like
that exactly, like, what the fuck does your bank account even matter if you don't have like shit to spend it on when we're all fucking dead? So what's it called? Two, because I looked a lot more into it. Harvesting animals that produce red meat is also harming the planet. So like cows and like anything that, you know, beef and shit, like they produce a lot of like methane and shit, which also raises the CO2 levels and shit. Like,
so
you know, fucking farting and shit. Anyway,
are you saying we should become vegan?
No, well, basically they said that the alternative to this, and other countries have started doing this already, is like eating more things like chicken and like chicken and turkey as a pork like chicken and turkey as a substitute to eating so much like beef and stuff, because like that.
I got you.
It's also more expensive to cultivate those animals, like to raise them and shit, like cows and pigs and shit. I think it's more expensive, so that's also a factor. And then what's it called? Not only are these oil companies like they don't want us to change to like renewable energy sources, but it's getting to the point where they've already assassinated like a couple of people that could have made big changes in the world. Like there was this guy, I forget his name, and I forget like the shit that he did, but basically he made a car that could run on hydrogen, but because you know, obviously that would basically make oil companies go bankrupt, they assassinated him. So
that
it's
goes
like
into the whole conspiracy theory thing though. That's like a fucking whole.
But it's basically like it's confirmed but not confirmed. You know what I mean? Like he died, you know, mysteriously 2 weeks later after finding this miracle of a fucking, you know, modern technology innovation. So it's like
I feel you. I got you. It's fishy.
It's too fucking coincidental. And then what's it called? It's just like there's a lot of factors that go into it, and then on top of that, like the general population doesn't really seem to care. Like if you tell them that like, yo, if you don't do this, you're gonna die, like they're just gonna tune it out. They don't give a fuck for some reason. You have to explain it to them in a way where like they actually have to give a shit. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, I don't know. And then like, no, it's already hard enough for us to like just agree on some shit just because of, you know, just life and I don't know, a lot of other issues that go on in the world. So it's like, I don't know if we're ever gonna find a common ground to get to the point where we can be like, all right, fuck everything else, let's save our planet first, because we all have a lot of shit to deal with, and we all have our own agendas at the end of the day. Capitalism, it's gotten to the you're good. It's gotten to the point where like everyone is like every man for themselves. You know what I mean? So it's like if we don't get to the point where we think as like a collective unit, we're all just gonna fucking die, bro. I'm dying at what's it called? 2030. So that's 12 years. So 32. I'm dead. I don't give a fuck.
Damn, I'll be so mad if I die at 32. I have so much to live for. I haven't had a midlife crisis yet.
It's not that we're gonna die right away. It's more of like
that's like the start of the.
You're gonna start seeing major catastrophic shit happening around the world. It's actually gonna start affecting humanity at a big hole. So, like you'll just start realizing, well, we're gonna fucking basically die in 15, 20 years from 2030. So.
I'm good though. Fuck America. Fuck Trump. Fuck everyone. Like if that's how it's gonna be, then fuck everyone, bro. Because like obviously no one really seems to give a shit except, you know, the people that are, you know, that actually research this shit.
So like, here's the thing. Like I don't know. Like, fuck, I was gonna say something. Brandon, you have any input?
Yeah, we're all gonna die.
I don't know.
R.I.P. Earth 2030. We're starting.
Like I said, it really be your own people. That's what I'm gonna name this podcast. It really be your own people. Our own human race is fucking itself over. Like you think, right? When you actually look at the stuff that like could end the world, that humans would do, there's not that much. There's really not that many things that humans could end the world with.
Other than a nuke. What are you talking about?
There's actually not that many things that the human race could end the world with.
All right, so we're not gonna.
natural.
So are we gonna act like we don't have nuclear bombs?
No. But I'm saying, but like when you compare it to natural reasons, right? Like Yellowstone blowing up would like destroy the world, basically.
Yellowstone will only destroy the U.S.
No,
not the way Jed.
That's the whole world.
No. Adrian,
it will like take the world.
I don't think
it will take the world into a big crisis.
Yeah.
Jed knows this. Me and Jed have this conversation like once a month because Jed has a fear about this.
It's a fucking superpower, right? But Yellowstone blowing the fuck up will not only cripple the United States, but it'll cripple the rest of the world because we're a big part of everything, right? And then the cloud is basically gonna fill up the whole air, and it's gonna be like that for years. We're gonna hit an ice age, and we're gonna fucking probably freeze to death or die from the ash anyways, because we can't breathe that in because it's gonna be so fucking thick anyway. So we're gonna
fuck
die.
that, bro. Moving to the UK.
No, you're gonna die there too. The ash will be all over the place.
So Yellowstone, a meteorite hitting us, 2012. What else is there? There's a lot of other stuff that can kill us. Earthquakes, like big enough earthquakes, tsunamis, hurricanes, tornadoes, all that stuff, right? Like it's way more natural, and I think humans are just stupid. Where we're just like, let's do it ourselves, right? Like, don't they say that the Earth is supposed to end in like 1 billion years, right? Like the sun is supposed to explode in 1 billion years, right?
Yes.
And we're destroying it
really funny
before 2030.
Like, things ending. Like I always feel like I always thought about something like let's say humanity outruns Earth right before like the sun consumes it, right? By then humanity should have moved on away from this fucking like solar system and maybe to somewhere across the galaxy, right? But
Andromeda, baby.
But hold up, there's an end date also for the fucking galaxy, because it's gonna collide with another galaxy, and that causes a lot of fucking shit to just run around, and it'll be the end of anything in the galaxy. So like something else gets created,
and then
right?
and then the universe gets recreated, and we get into this fucking time.
There's a theory of the Big Crunch, right? Just like the Big Bang, which is the explosion that created the universe, right? It's gonna all come down into one thing again and just disappear. That's the Big Crunch. So inevitably, if we find a way to move into another universe, we're gonna die. Like humanity's just gonna fucking die, and anything in this universe die inevitably, no matter what. One day, fucking, I don't know how long from now.
Don't worry, guys. We'll just what's the word? We'll just adapt to our environment.
No matter what,
humanity has a history of fucking itself over, though. Like when you think about it, like just in terms of our history alone, like we're just a fucked up species, bro.
We're literally those people who like, we're like a Pokemon when they're confused. Instead of like attacking the people in front of us, we literally just hurt ourselves.
You know, like I don't even understand. Like sometimes I look at us and I'm like, I don't think we deserve to die anymore. I just think that like nature.
I think after slavery, God should have done something.
Nature.
God should have stepped in.
I'm legitimately convinced. Like God looked at this and was like, "Damn, I created these."
Nature should just step in, destroy everything, right? Destroy humanity. Let whatever comes after, maybe some superhumans or some shit, whatever evolution comes after us, millions of years after we long perished, then maybe they deserve it. Hopefully they can fucking maybe they can find like archives of us, and like, you know how we found like fossils of dinosaurs, right? Maybe they'll find like our old like. Maybe they'll find like Twitter feeds and shit from like technology and shit, and study how humans like went downhill throughout history, find history books and all that shit, and then be like, all right, we cannot repeat this. We need to actually like progress and do something way better with our chance at getting somewhere.
So like, all right, I wrote like this whole when I was in university, which I still am. I'm in my old university. In my TV production class, I wrote like a script for a live action skit about like an alien that comes to visit like like planet Earth, and like he's not like accustomed to like things like Tinder or like stuff like that, right? So like he meets some like random college student and he starts talking to him, and the guy's like, his phone rings, right? And he's like, "Oh, what's that? Like your mating call?" And he's like, "Nah, it's like Tinder." And it's like, "That's how I like meet girls and stuff like that. That's how I mate." And he's like, "Oh, that's how like your species like finds a mate or whatever, and he's like, no, not really, we don't really find a mate, we just kind of have to find someone to like do it with and whatever. And then the alien goes into like how the problem with humanity is that like every couple billions of years, like the planet blows up or something, and like the universe gets restarted, but every other like galaxy has been able to find out a way to like stop this time loop, except for us, because we keep getting stuck with like trivial things like our phone, to the point that we can't figure out like the time loop that we're stuck in. And like I feel
that's a whole
I know it's like a crazy thing, but like I feel like if we didn't have like phones, or we like didn't care so much about it, we'd be like on some kind of like different realm.
If we just didn't care so much about materialistic shit, and we weren't so fucking self-absorbed and shit, then we'd probably already have UFOs.
Like,
we'd probably be visiting other planets if we didn't care about like
since we're on this topic, this is almost like when you look at
cynical.
When you look at when you look at the Greeks, right, for example, they were advancing really fucking fast for their time. And just ancient like even Egypt and even Central America, like the Mayans, the Aztecs, like they were all really fucking good at math. They were all good at building. They were all good at all that shit, and they were advancing really fast. The Greeks had a mechanism that should have not existed in their fucking time, that was way ahead of its time. And
the Italian Renaissance.
No, I'm talking about ancient.
No,
Greeks.
I'm just giving you another example, my guy.
Wait, what was the Italian Renaissance? What do they have?
Leonardo da Vinci, my nigga.
Yeah, but there's things like what I'm trying to say though is that I think there's things from like ancient Greece, right?
Like how they understood like the stars and stuff like that.
But like for example, right, the mechanism was ahead of its time, right? I think that like the Library of Alexandria, right, that was burned down. And I think that it was burned down because I don't know, like maybe there's a whole conspiracy in this, but I think that they burned it down because humanity would have progressed way too fucking far and too fucking fast had it not got burned down, because there was a lot of information in there of how to make certain things, how to progress certain technologies and keep progressing basically. And I feel like if that library wasn't burned down and all the fucking like blueprints of whatever the fuck they had in there existed, we would probably be way more advanced today than we are right now.
And you gotta think like back
setback basically by deleting all that.
And we were already setting ourselves back. Instead of working as like a unity, like the Aztecs were killing the Mayans, and like
wars always fucking.
Yeah, like that was, and then like imagine if like the Aztec and Mayans were like just one, and like we were able to like
imagine if fucking everybody in fucking Greece, everybody in that side, like everybody in Europe, everybody all over.
Yeah, like the Spartans and everybody else
working together to fucking do something. But there is always war. There is always some fucking type of agreement, and I think that's like humanity's big downfall. There's never going to be a progression when everybody's always fighting each other, when everybody's always worried about fucking come and cut my throat at night in the middle of the night when I was asleep. Because there's always going to be that worry of like, let's put our money into military shit rather than fixing the world, because we're more worried about somebody killing us or North Korea.
Yeah, that's why the Spartans were such a big like thing back then, because they were like the strongest people, or like the biggest war. I don't even know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know what you're saying. They were strong. They were strong.
We sound dumb as fuck sometimes, bro. I swear.
I don't know what you're saying.
I try to sound deep. I was like Kanye. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're right. The Kanye. No, so back to climate change. I think that look, we need to do something or we're fucked. That's like the gist of it.
Talk to your local representative. You know, get them in. Get this to Whitehouse.
I think that.
All right.
I think that just this kind of all lies on politics too, and who the fuck is in power. Like, we kind of need to look at who's supporting, like, in fixing the world. Basically, like, I don't know. We just need to like vote for those people and make sure that the right shit gets done, or else we're kind of not gonna have a good future.
Too many factors, my guy. Too many factors.
There is too
That's
many
true,
factors.
that's
There's a
true.
lot. There's something that sucks about it.
We have the good people getting assassinated. We have the bad people getting rich off of that shit and not giving a fuck.
And it's like I said, bro. Moral of the story.
It be your own people.
It be your own people. And I think that's a great way to end it off. Closing thoughts. Jed. Any last words you have to say?
I got no thoughts. My phone's dry.
Alright.
How do I block people from real life? Adrian, any final thoughts for you?
RIP X, RIP Earth 2030, and fuck Fortnite. Nah, I'm playing.
Oh wow, what an original
You sound like
topic.
You sound like
What?
You sound like
Also,
fucking black.
Logic is half black, half white. Just want to make that
That's
a
right. His brother self-cracked his dad once. Okay.
Alright.
Final topics for me. Final things. You guys can catch me if you're into video games. You guys can catch me streaming twitch.tv/thedesperado316. I want to say. Shameless plug. I ain't even gonna say. Yeah, but final thoughts. Kanye West for president 2020, I think. Kanye West for president.
No.
He's gonna be pushing for interdimensional time travel, interdimensional traveling. I want to meet the girl version of myself and answer the long question if it's masturbation or incest. That is what I want to do with my life.
So you wanna fuck your other self with female and
yeah,
see if
I feel like
masturbation or
I feel like I know what to do to myself, you know.
Yeah, but I don't know. You're a female, so at that point it's like it's a different body
We'll
part.
see. Is it weird? I don't think that's weird.
That's pretty fucking weird.
Alright, do the outro.
Alright. Alright, like I said, this was the Blaze podcast where our topics aren't always oh Jesus Christ.
One take. That's all we're doing.
Where our topics aren't always fire, but our conversations are. This was a great first episode, and we will see you guys on the next one. Peace.